According to historical information, the first human species appeared on the planet about 2 million years ago, but wise humans or modern humans have appeared on the planet for a shorter period of time. Historical information shows that wise people appeared in the lands of present-day Africa about 200,000 years ago. Join us in reviewing the oldest civilizations in the world. Aboriginal Australians, the oldest civilization in the world. The first signs of humans found on the planet are related to people in the continent of Australia. These people, who are known as Aboriginals, lived on the planet about 50,000 years ago. This is while Mesopotamia is considered the birthplace of mankind, but the Aboriginals are the first generation of humans on the planet. More interestingly, the generation and race of Aboriginals still exist and are living in Australia. These people claim that their ancestors lived on the planet even 75,000 years ago. According to research conducted on human remains found in Lake Mungo, Aboriginal Australians are the first humans on the planet. The age of these human remains, which is also called the Mungo Lady, dates back to about 24,700 to 19,300 years ago. Seljuk civilization, the oldest urban civilization in the world in Turkey. Çatalhöyük is one of the oldest and most enduring Neolithic settlements in the world. This region is located in modern-day Turkey, and according to the available information, human presence in this land dates back to 7,500 years before Christ. The Çatalhöyüks were the first people to settle down and develop agriculture. Even based on the available information, the average population of this land is estimated to be between 5,000 and 7,000 people. Çatalhöyük did not have any streets or roads, and the houses were connected to each other through roofs. Historical evidence shows that Çatalhöyük people put a lot of value on cleanliness and moved their garbage to a place far from their place of residence. The most obvious features of this ancient city are the burial of corpses, the painting of the dead, the carving of small statues, and even plastering. Ain Ghazal civilization in Oman and Jordan, the first farming civilization. Ain Ghazal is the name of a civilization in Jordan and Oman today, which are the first farming communities in the world. According to the available historical information, the people of Ain Ghazal region had a very high skill in making all kinds of statues, and they prepared very beautiful human statues. These statues and figures are all Kichai and often allegories of the role of women, men and children. Among the works that were discovered in this area, we can mention 15 statues and 15 idols, which historical research shows that they have a time difference of 200 years from each other. The agricultural products of the people of this civilization were generally wheat, barley, chickpeas, lentils and cobs. Also, to use the meat of animals such as deer, pig, fox and rabbit have been busy. Jahu civilization, the first human beings of the author. Jahu, dating between 5 and 7,000 years BC, is the name of a civilization in Hainan and in today's China. Jahu is located in the central plain of ancient China, and its people created the first aspects of modern Chinese culture. The Jahu culture is often mentioned alongside the Peiligang culture because, according to researchers, the Jahu was a part of the Peiligang civilization. But a closer examination shows that these two civilizations are completely separate. Jahu people have been engaged in planting rice and are the first people to create musical instruments similar to the flute. It is even believed that the first Chinese writings also belong to this civilization. The language of the people of this region was in the form of signs and patterns, and they used 16 different signs, the evidence of which was found on prehistoric artifacts and structures. Mesopotamian civilization, the civilization that invented the wheel in the world. Around 10,000 years before Christ, one of the first human communities in the Neolithic era was created in the Mesopotamia region. Although Mesopotamia is not the oldest civilization in the world, one of the periods of human flourishing and a turning point in the life of humans was born in this region. The people of Mesopotamia had brought agriculture to its peak and were generally engaged in the cultivation of wheat and barley. Also, products such as silk, soup and bread are among the inventions of the Mesopotamian civilization. During the period known as Ubad, which is estimated to be between 6500 BC, the first signs of settled societies and civilization were seen in Mesopotamia. The civilization that lived in the Mesopotamia region continued on the way to the emergence of a nation called the Sumerians, who created trade, weaving, leatherwork, metalwork, stonemasonry, and pottery. The greatest achievement of the Mesopotamian civilization was the invention of the wheel, which dates back to 3500 BC. Of course, we must also point out that the wheel was originally invented for pottery and not transportation. Norte Chico, a civilization in 4000 years BC. Norte Chico or Karlsopnum is a very old civilization in the Americas. The establishment of this civilization dates back to 3,500 years ago, and in terms of historical periods, they belong to the pre-ceramic period. Researchers and archaeologists have not been able to find any traces of visual or ceramic art belonging to this civilization, and for this reason, they have attributed its history to the pre-ceramic period. Of course, the architecture among the people of Karlsop has had a prominent and special style, and they even decorated the hills and squares around their city. Also, 6 different pyramids have been discovered in this area. 3,000-year-old ancient Egyptian civilization, the masterpiece of the 3 pyramids. We cannot be in the survey of the oldest civilizations in the world and not mention the Egyptian civilization. Egypt is one of the oldest and most famous ancient civilizations in the world, which was created around 3,150 years before Christ. A person named King Menes was the one who united Upper and Lower Egypt together and created the powerful government of Egypt for the first time. The ancient Egyptians were one of the most powerful governments of the era and achieved many advances in various social, cultural and political fields. However, the best remaining work of them is the 3 pyramids of Egypt. By creating various methods in architecture, the ancient Egyptians were able to build huge buildings such as pyramids and obelisks. Also, in the scientific field, they created advanced systems of mathematics, medicine, irrigation, wooden boats, glass technology and literature. Egyptian culture has left an eternal legacy for the world, and many of today's tools such as paper, door locks, alarm clocks, concrete, mint tablets, etc., were first made by Egyptians.